Apparently she was banned in Germany. Meghan's disappearance from Invictus caused widespread outrage, and a PR scandal in Los Angeles leads him to a dead end. Hello and welcome to our Princess Diana News YouTube channel. Why Meghan Markle is not in Germany with Harry and her new photos make the whole situation even more mysterious. Well, it really is a tale of two Range Rovers. Both are black and both are very stylish. Both are gas guzzlers and probably cost more than $200,000 apiece. One of these SUVs was responsible for dumping Harry in front of Dusseldorf City Hall at the weekend in front of an expectant and cheering crowd of 500 people. And what will happen next? Well, there's Meghan Markle 9,000 miles away in California, where paparazzi photographed her crossing the street in front of the legendary In-N-Out burger chain. She drives her own Range Rover. The contrast between the two cases is stark, isn't it? One is the example of a charity and the other is the example of a fast food restaurant. We saw Germany versus California, Duke in duty and Duke out of office. I mean, the difference couldn't have been greater if the situation hadn't been orchestrated by the now unemployed Knights of the Crown. And therein lies the problem. The games were probably meant to show Meghan and Harry's reputation. Finally, last year US's approval rating is extremely low, and they can't shake rumors of marital problems. Regardless, if that was the goal, they don't seem to have achieved it. I think not only does this new report cast doubt on whether Meghan will travel to Germany to support Harry, but these new appearances of Meghan have the makings of a PR disaster. While Harry was busy in Dusseldorf drinking his fourth glass of Red Bull and showing off all his masculine energy, kissing and enchanting people, and chatting with many members of the Invictus community, Meghan was back in Southern California. On Real Family, the new cast of Housewives looks great. The fact that Meghan has yet to arrive in Germany for the hugely successful Invincible Games doesn't look good. Instead, she's sitting at home doing that West Coast casual lady thing. I mean, the optics here aren't great. The biggest question no one can answer is, why is Meghan still at home in Montecito? When last year's tournament started in The Hague, Meghan seemed to still be there for the first few days. As he went from the event to the stage, he constantly changed his designer clothes. It was Meghan who emotionally welcomed Harry to the stage to give his opening speech. She said, "I couldn't love and respect him more, and I know you all feel the same way. Please welcome my wonderful husband, Prince Harry." The pair seem to be looking at the 2022 Invictus Games as a double whammy. The designer clothes Meghan is likely to wear cost almost half the price of a Range Rover. It has launched about 70,000 new products. She makes a better impression on people who actually want to be there. I mean, even in Harry's Netflix documentary about the game, The Undefeated, you can see Meghan. Here she plays the role of a supportive wife. So what happened in the world this year? When Harry arrived in Dusseldorf for the weekend, he was completely alone. He stopped briefly in London to attend the Children's Health Awards, also alone. Meghan was previously thought to be joining Harry in Germany after the tournament, which seems a bit odd, but we at least assumed she would be going anyway. Victoria Ward, who works for The Telegraph, announced earlier this month that Meghan would join him in a few days and they will appear together at various events throughout the week, as well as the closing ceremony. Good except for one small problem. Now a source has come to talk to the man and said that it is not yet known whether he will attend the event or not. What makes things even more mysterious is that Meghan actually appeared on the original program of the event. She was scheduled to take the stage at the closing ceremony, where she would offer a candid and poignant look at the extraordinary journeys of the Invictus Games participants. Well, hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get even weirder. Just this month The Telegraph reported that Meghan's absence at the start of the game was, quote, due to childcare arrangements, but that's a claim none of us believe. Not only do Meghan and Harry have a lot of staff, but what about Doria? I thought she was a nanny. And Meghan and Harry seem to have no problem dropping off their children Archie and Lilibeth for last year's games in California. Now we ignore the question of whether or not babies are even real. I told you this story is amazing. Meghan not coming to the games at all is just weird. It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't look good, especially considering that Meghan and Harry are trying to convince everyone that they are very much in love and will never break up. I don't know if you think anyone will believe this babysitting excuse, but I don't think anyone will. Now of course the games are not over, so maybe Meghan will go to Germany. But still, this shot of Meghan enjoying a burger from In-N-Out on Tuesday doesn't look good. Harry passionately supports men and women in their families who have experienced military service injuries. And what does his wife do in the meantime? Well, he drives around in his Range Rover and gets some hamburgers. I mean, do you remember what Meghan and Harry claimed in that statement in 2021? Service is universal. These photos of the couple could be more contrasting, that we see Harry in full-on ex-royal mode, pretending to be a royal, reminding the royal family of what they lost when he ran away. And we've got Meghan in oversized Chanel sunglasses enjoying some French fries. And of course, this situation of Meghan and Harry being on opposite sides of the world going after completely different things is going to do nothing to dispel these rumors and whispers about the state of their marriage. And how is this going to do anything to help their failing brand? I mean, it's right after so much controversy, right after they parted ways with Spotify, and then Harry's Heart of Invictus documentary proved to be another streaming flop, and they're not very popular in the United States right now. I mean, according to a poll conducted by Redfield and Wilson for Newsweek, more Americans dislike Meghan than like her. There are currently no confirmed books, podcast series, or TV shows in development. So this week's game has to go exactly as the doctor ordered. It has to be perfect for them. This should be an absolute success. This is to remind the world how successful they can be in their particular field. This should be their moment. They were supposed to make a comeback with this, but obviously, that didn't happen like that. Well, that's out of the question now. Thank you so much for all the comments you've left. Let's take a look at some of them. Okay, these are the comments on our video, Americans Deport Meghan. So, first of all, Akita Lover says, I'm sorry, but I don't think Harry is as gullible as he seems. I think he knew exactly what he was doing and was just as crazy as Crow. Perhaps. Again, I'm reminded of the thought that we won't know who Harry really is until Meghan is out of his life. Because from the beginning, the palace always supported him and told him what to say. Now Meghan tells him what to say. Does he even have a real personality? And then Kate Tarantino says, I don't want Harry here anymore. You just can't believe his mental adjustment. How can anyone believe that a slogan will not lead them to do something terrible? That's a good point you make, Kate. I think that if Harry were to return to the UK, it would be so important that the royal family not allow him to function as a working royal again. It's important that they keep any real secrets from him because like you say, who knows what he might do. And I know that I've talked about the importance of forgiveness and the possibility of redemption, but really, when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about Harry's personal relationships with his family. It would be incredibly inappropriate for him to ever come back as a working royal. Alright, the next comment I want to share may be a little snarky, but I think you all have noticed I do enjoy me some snark, so Janie Leach 9618 says, come back from what? You should have succeeded to justify your return. Megs was a minor television actress and was not on everyone's lips until her third marriage. Amen. Seriously, what are they talking about with this comeback nonsense? I mean, Meghan Markle, we can't even name it, she never was. Speaking of feedback, I really like Sue Clark 559's comment. It was her father, not her, who could really return to Hollywood. This is real. I wonder what Thomas Markle is doing these days. I know he is sick. But if he feels a little better, he might try to come back. Show your daughter what it's like. Then we read Mari Alexander 9545's comment. I don't feel sorry for Prince Harry, they warned him again and again. The Queen would never give them a title, at least. So she could prove she was working royally, and Meghan Markle wrote this stupid book, How much does Prince Harry know about lip gloss? I never share my makeup looks. I totally agree with you, Mary. Yes, I think it's a good idea to have a 5-year waiting period before earning these titles. I mean, I know the late Queen wanted to see the best in everyone, but seriously, it's such a shame that they have these titles now, and I agree with you about the lip gloss too. It was too weird to even include it in the book. I don't think my husband even knows the name of the lipstick. And I don't blame Catherine for the look on her face when Meghan popped the question. I mean, disgusting. You know, Meghan probably has all kinds of weird viruses on her lips. I guess Meghan Markle's lips are the places we would turn a blind eye if we didn't know them. I like this comment, Carrie, too. He did not party with those famous people at the concert. She wasn't invited there, but she happened to take a PR photo. Other than that, they have nothing to do with her. I'm pretty sure this is true. I think this explains why Kerry Washington removed her from the photo when she uploaded it to social media. Okay, so next I want to share a very interesting point that I heard from Kim LeBrun 5196. What follows is my personal opinion and my personal assumptions about their situation, that I have to believe that some sort of prenuptial agreement was agreed upon for Meghan before she married Kerry. I think there may have been stages where Meghan had to agree before the wedding and sign if her marriage ended in divorce. For example, let's say these stages were every 10 years and would depend on how much money she made, depending on how long she was married to Harry. I think at this point, given that she has completely given up on Harry, it says a lot that she doesn't wear her wedding ring and is hardly seen with her husband. He's completely done with him, but will put up with him to at least reach the first 10-year milestone, take the money, get huge child support payments, and run away from their ugly paws as soon as possible. Thanks, Kim, for sharing your perspective. I think it's a really interesting theory and it makes a lot of sense, but I'm not sure it will work. I mean, even as stupid as Harry. Couldn't he tell what she did? This seems like a bold project, even for someone like Meghan, but I wonder if any of you have any thoughts on it. Please tell me. Thanks again for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to Princess Diana News for more updates from our team in the future. If you are interested in what we have to say, please like and share my video. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a good evening and see you tomorrow.